Hola, buenas tardes. Bienvenidos a En Casa con la Plaza. Good afternoon. Welcome to En Casa con la Plaza. My name is Abelardo de la Peña Jr. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications with La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. And of course, En Casa con la Plaza is our virtual programming. We've been doing it since April of 2020, at the start of the pandemic. Now that we're moving out, thank God, hopefully everybody's been staying safe and keeping well. And now that we're on the tail end, let's enjoy ourselves with some En Casa con la Plaza, some updates. La Plaza de Cultura y Artes is now open. We've been open since April 15th. Presently, from Thursday through Sunday, you can make reservations on our website, lapca.org, or you can come and stand by. We're open from 12 to 4 Thursday through Friday. Tomorrow, no doubt, we're going to be announcing expanded hours, but just hold on. We're finalizing all the new hours, the new guidelines, and so on as we're opening up our community. Also, we have on display our exhibition, Only Light Can Do That, by Patrick Martinez. You don't even have to step into La Plaza de Cultura y Artes to enjoy this neon mural art by Patrick Martinez. 33 of our windows have some great neon art messages that I'm sure that you'll be able to enjoy and are very thought-provoking. And finally, our public programming is coming back. At the end of this month, June, we'll be hosting Molcajete Dominguero, our Latinx tianguis, the vendor fair. And then in July, we're going to start with our summer of salsa concerts. We'll have a film screening, documentaries, a whole lot more. You'll be able to see all that on our website, lapca.org, as well as on our Facebook site at La Plaza LA. And with that, let's get started with En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. Every Monday, of course, we have our cooking demonstrations by some of our finest restaurateurs, chefs, cooks, food historians, and so much more, hosted by our Director of Programming and Culinary Arts, Jimena Martin. Please join us, Jimena.
Abelardo, gracias. Hi, everybody. It's Monday. We have a very special guest. We first started, in April, was it, Abelardo, that we started doing En Casa series?
Yes, it was in April or May when our guest came on.
And Tirsa was one of our first specials. And I'm so happy to bring her back. It's been over a year and so much has happened. And she's got wonderful recipes coming up for us today with the chicken enchilada pie. But also, as Abelardo mentioned, that we will be having salsa coming up, and it's official. Tirsa will be our official caterer for the series. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Miss Tirsa Farah. Tirsa?
Hola, can you guys see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hi everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I am super excited to be here once again. As Jimena said, I did this once already at the beginning, back in maybe, I think it was May that me tocó. So I'm super excited to be back. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Steve Farah, and I own and operate a restaurant in downtown LA called Tirsa's Mexican Café. So we hope you can come and visit us sometime. Today, yes.
Tirsa, can you tell us how you started your journey? How is it that you now have this great little restaurant downtown LA? The very beginnings with your partner, Steve.
Say
your
hi,
line.
Steve. Show 'em your hand. That's Steve, everybody. I would love to. Do you guys have time? I'm just kidding. So basically, Tirsa started, I started doing blondies and brownies. I had a baby who was like 1 year old, and I was a stay-at-home mom for the first year of his life. And just for shits and giggles, I would take him on afternoon walks, and I started baking blondies, brownies, and would take him walking with me. And I put my Love Tirsa, which was the name of the company when I started doing that, and my phone number. So I started going around my neighborhood, and then I stopped going. And then people started calling me, and they're like, "Are you gonna cross by today?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm being requested." So that kind of started the seed of like, okay, this is definitely the direction I want to go to. I ended up signing for Le Cordon Bleu. I did the program there. at the school in Hollywood, and I loved it. It was definitely my passion. It was definitely the direction I wanted to go. So I just started working towards that. I had put the like cooking and baking and stuff on hold, and I got a real job at like a location because I was trying to build my experience. And I did that for a couple of years, and finally I ended up at a job at Bob's Big Boy where I did menu development and I was a manager. So I was there, and it was just a lot of stress as far as like I had to manage people, I had to come up with the menu, and I just had a vision. I said, I don't want to be doing this forever. So one of my days off, I spent like my whole paycheck. I went to the store, I bought all this stuff, I made some salads. I made about 25 salads, and I ended up going to USC because it's close to where I live. I kept in I think it's Boyle Heights. Is it Boyle Heights? And I sold like 5 salads. I was on the corner. I had 25, and I had a sign that said salads, wraps. Do you want to buy some? I sold like 5. So, but it let me know that I said, okay, who cares? Just keep going. My parents were like, my mom and my dad were like, oh, mija, give me menus. Give me your menu. I'll start taking it to my school, and I'll see if anybody wants to order. So I started marketing myself as a lunch delivery service one day a week because it was only on my days off. So I did that one day a week. And then I met my husband, Steve, and, he used the pickup line like, hey, baby, I went to Le Cordon Bleu too. How you doing? And I was like, oh, and we were like, oh my God, I love you. And you love me. And we just figured out that our goals were like aligned, that we wanted the same things, that we were heading in the same direction. So we just took off. Like we instantly fell in love. We instantly started working together. And he said, you can quit your job now and focus on this full time. So he kept working, and I officially quit my job, and I started doing the lunch delivery service 5 days a week. So we were doing that. And then somebody I knew at Bob's Big Boy approached me and he said, hey, I found a location. Do you want to open it with me? And I said, sure. I said, let's do it. So we ended up doing that. Obviously, it did not work out. It's really hard to make it work with a business partner. It's like a marriage. And we ended up going our own separate ways. Sad and not lonely, but just very sad and like defeated. I was like, what are we gonna do? And my husband was just like, we're gonna open a restaurant. I said, with what money? And he said, I'm gonna cash out my 401k, and we're gonna look for a place. And that's exactly what we did. So 2017 October, we ended up opening this place with Steve's 401k, and we've been here ever since. So it's been a crazy, amazing ride, and we're happy to keep going. So
No, it's an inspiring story, and it would tell
Thank
everybody
you.
it's like to follow your passion. If you follow your
Yeah.
passion, you will find it. And
Yeah.
I'm a testament. I did the same thing too during the crash and the recession. I wasn't working and sending out resumes left and right, but my passion was museum work. I kept going, and then La Plaza showed up. It showed up after 2.5 years looking for work. So never
you
give
go.
up. For your
No,
passion for
never.
food, passion for your education, definitely keep going. And here we are with you today in your
Yeah.
beautiful little place there, Tirsa.
Thank you. So, do you have any questions for me, Jimena? You want me to jump right in?
Let's see. We got Margarita Navarez. It says, good afternoon. We have people watch. Rosibel Guzman is watching us in East Hollywood, and Silvia Ramirez all the way from Burbank, California. So everybody says hello. So
hi, everybody. Welcome.
Before we get started, what's the story behind Tirsa's chicken enchilada pie? What's that about?
Okay, so Tirsa's chicken enchilada pie is my mom's recipe, actually. I have since adopted it and taken it on as my own, and of course have made my tweaks to it, my little changes to it, but it was my mom's recipe. She was a I'm sorry, somebody's cooking jalapeno. Chicas, no cocinen jalapeno, por favor. Estoy ahogando. So look at these coffee on the camera. The recipe, my mom always worked 2 jobs. She worked in the morning, and then she had like a little break during the middle, and then she had to go back to work in the night. So she was always looking for ways to cut her time in half. A lot of the times I would be home before her, so she would be like, oh, fry the tortillas for me, or do this, so that when she got home, she could just assemble, and then she would take a little nap and then go to work. So she loved enchiladas, but she didn't sometimes have the time or the energy to roll the enchiladas for my big ass family, where there's like 6 of us total. We're all like clump status, and we're all like, where's the food? So she had to make like a lot of enchiladas to feed all of us. So sometimes the casserole was the pie, enchilada pie was easier for her to just, okay, make, assemble, pop in the oven, make, and cut and serve, as opposed to like having to roll each enchilada. It was just her way of getting simple and creative. And we loved it. It was delicious. Don't tell her I told you, but she used to use canned enchilada sauce. Of course, she would like tweak it and add all her like extras, but my mom was a hardworking lady and she loved to cook, but these were the little shortcuts that she had to take to put a meal on the table. And we're just happy that she did. So that's the story of the chicken enchilada pie. Now I use it. Actually, when I first opened the restaurant, I had chicken enchilada pie on the menu. It didn't sell as much as I had wanted to, and I didn't promote it as much, so we took it off the menu, but we still kept it on our catering menu. So now I use it for catering all the time. I'm sorry, and now I'm gonna get to show you guys, and you can make it at home.
Show us how you do it.
Yeah, so are we ready to get into it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I have a recipe I shared with Jimena, and I think you're gonna send it to anybody who wants it, Jimena?
Yes, we for those who are on Zoom, we will send that out, and also we'll put it on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. So if those who can't watch us this afternoon, they can put it on their calendar and look back, and the rest will be on there. They can make it at home at their leisure.
Yes, so I'm gonna follow the recipe. I didn't have a recipe because we're Mexicans. We don't use recipes. We just put everything, but I had to make a recipe for you guys. So I already tested it. It's spot on. It's perfect. But I still have to refer to it to make sure, because I'm like, how much? But yes. So I have mise en place means I got everything ready. So everything is mise en place over here. Can you show them, Steve? This is everything we're gonna need. It's already pretty much taken care of. So I'm going to start on the enchilada sauce, just to get that going, okay? So let me get my ingredients. All right, for our enchilada sauce, I'm turning this on right here. So we're gonna turn that on. We're gonna put maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil in there. Okay. I don't have the flame too high because I'm not gonna move as fast as I want. I'm hoping, but you know, I'm just gonna put it a little bit low. And then this is everything for our sauce, okay? We have 4 tomatoes romas. We have half of an onion. We have 1 serrano pepper, and then we have 4 garlic. We also have 18 chile californias, okay, that I have peeled and taken the seeds out. And we also have half a cup of chipotles and adobo, okay? Let me make sure that that is everything for the sauce. So California tomato. So yeah, all right, so that's everything we need for the sauce. Basically, you're supposed to put these in water and boil them. It's about maybe 20-25 minutes until they're soft, which they are. I obviously already did this step because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So, but these were put in water. These were put in water and are now ready. The tomatoes Roma, we put them over here. If you don't, obviously you don't have one of these at home, but you can put it on a comal. 90% of us have a comal. I just put them on there, no oil, and I lightly charred them, not too much. So all of this was charred. This is gonna be blended with everything. And we need 7 cups of water for all the blending. So we also need some sal, which is right here. And we're pretty much gonna start blending. So we're gonna put the tomatoes in there. Let's put this, put that, put half of our water. Okay. Oh, sorry, my blender is not on. Sorry. Sorry, guys, I forgot to turn on my blender. Anyway, there we go. So we're gonna put that on high for 1 minute. This is getting hot over here. I'm gonna lower it a little bit more. Okay. Leo, ¿te lo paso? If anybody has any questions, go ahead and let me know.
I do. What kind of oil did you use?
I use vegetable oil.
And after you make that big batch of salsa, besides these delicious enchiladas you're going to make, is there any suggestions to do with that sauce?
There's so many different ways people can make enchilada sauce. I've heard that Chile California is the untraditional way to make enchilada sauce. Traditionally, people have used any other type of chile except this one. But my mom took a liking to California, and we've been using it at our house for pretty much everything. But you're welcome to use any type of other chile. You can mix it and just kind of make it your own. When you make any recipe at home, it's now your recipe. You can do whatever you want. It's no longer pizza's recipe, it's yours. Because you can make any little tweak to it that you want. So this is ready. Okay. We're gonna put it in here. Okay. We have one more to blend. We're gonna add our chipotles. I'm a chipotle fanatic. I love chipotles. I try to use it in everything that I make. It's just my thing. I love them. And we're gonna add the rest of the agua. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. All right. There we go. So that's working. Traditionally, also, a lot of people I know strain their enchilada sauce. Ain't nobody got time for that over here, okay? As I told you, my mama was on the go, and she rarely had time to strain that sauce. Which is why I just take the extra time to make sure that I blend it all the way. If you have a Vitamix, you know that these babies are top notch. So I don't really need to strain it. I've never had a problem with it being unstrained. I've never noticed any difference. So I don't strain it, but a lot of people do strain it, and you're welcome again to strain it if you prefer. But I'm gonna blend this for 1 minute exactly, and we're just working on our sauce over here. So now I can go back up to high because my sauce is in there. My oil is not going to burn, and we're gonna add the remainder to it. So remember, when you do this at home, if you want to like save some steps, a lot of times making something from like beginning to end is very time consuming. So I'm the type of person that if I'm gonna cook something on Thursday, if I have time, like I'll make my enchilada sauce on Monday or something. So I don't have all these steps gang up on me the day of. So this is blended. We're gonna pop it in there. I forgot to save some agua. Hold on. I'm just getting out the rest of the essence. I put some agua in there as well. Okay. I'm gonna season this right now and let it come to a boil. Not a super rolling boil, just let it boil and then I'll let it simmer for maybe about 15 minutes or so. not a long time. Everything's already cooked. Your chiles are already cooked. Your tomatoes are already cooked. We're just kind of infusing all of the flavors together with a little oil on the saucepan. So, give me some salt. Okay. So, here at the restaurant, we use veggie nor. So, I rarely use chicken anymore, except for our chicken recipes. But I'm going to use it today since we're doing a chicken enchilada pie. But if you're doing this at home, you don't have to put it. You can find. Actually, I have never found this in store. I've never found it at Restaurant Depot. I've never found it at like Smart and Final, Food for Less. This is a vegetable nor. So this is what we use for everything here, like our arroz, our salsas, our beans. That way they're vegan. All of that stuff is already vegan for a lot of our vegan/vegetarian customers. But
So
since we're cooking, yes,
Tirsa, so where do you find the vegetable nor then?
I find it at Restaurant Depot.
Restaurant Depot.
And they don't even have it all the time. So it's a lot of times we don't get to find it. So when we do find it, we make sure to like buy a case or two because it's so like popular, it's in demand. So that's where we get it from. I have seen some vegetable bases at like Smart and Final, but it's like a paste. I personally prefer the powder, which is why I'm always searching for it. But so we're gonna put 2 tablespoons over here of veggie nor. And again, we're only using of the chicken nor because we're doing chicken in the recipe. Otherwise, I would use vegetable. And we're gonna put 1 of salt. Mix, mix, mix. That's working. We're just gonna wait for it to boil. And so we're gonna set it, forget it for a little bit, just keep an eye on it. But that's essentially done. Remember, we cooked the chiles with agua. We roasted the stuff. So those are steps that we were able to skip because I kind of prepared and I want as much time with you guys as I can. So now we're gonna move on to the next step. Does anybody have any questions on the salsa portion of it before we move on?
I have a question. It's like,
Yeah.
after the sauce is ready, besides enchiladas, what else can I use that sauce with?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked because I was going to tell you. So this sauce is a lot. You're going to have some left over if you make it at home. You can do tons of things with it, from like breakfast potatoes in the morning, cut some papas, put them on a saute pan, cook them. When they're cooked, chale enchilada sauce, let them simmer. You can make them with some huevitos, some tostadas. You can also, make chile colorado, like a carne. So you can use it for a lot of stuff at home. It doesn't necessarily just have to be enchilada sauce. It's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Like carne guisado, chicken guisado, anything. You can do it with anything.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I like making like big pots of sauces and then try to maximize like cooking
Yeah.
with eggs, do with
Exactly.
chilaquiles.
Yes. Oh my God,
so-
yes, chilaquiles. Exactly.
So like
Exactly.
make a big pot on Sunday and just to have it ready for during the week for whatever is, for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner.
Exactly. And P.S., I want to throw it out there now. My mama does not make her enchilada sauce from can anymore. Okay, she's obsessed with watching cooking shows and has since started making her own sauce. But back in the day, she used to do it again because she was just such a hardworking woman, didn't have time for that stuff. But she don't do that anymore. Okay, sorry, mom, I didn't want to put you on blast. But so that's gonna work. I'm gonna start now. Let's see, where should we start now? Let's make the pollo, the chicken filling for the enchilada pie, okay? Let me get rid of this. Leo, can I pass it, please? Thank you so much. Okay, so for the chicken filling, we need el pollo. This is chicken leg meat. This is 1.5 pounds of it. Okay, we have some elote. This is 1 cup of elote. In the recipe, it says canned because I don't expect you guys to make your own. Here at the restaurant, we do use off the cob. So I'm using that as well as our beans. It says canned. If you have the time to make them at home, then by all means. But a lot of us moms are on the go. We're working 2 jobs. We have kids in virtual school. We don't have time to do all of that stuff necessarily. So these are beans that we make in-house as well. I chopped up half of an onion, okay? And we're gonna use some cilantro for our garnish and for the filling as well. We're also gonna use half a cup of sour cream. And I have everything ready for us to go. The pollo, I cooked it with, I cooked this in water with garlic and onion. And you're basically putting it in a pot like this, putting the pollo, raw pollo, cover it, just put water until you cover all of the ingredients. Put it on high. Once it boils, reduce to simmer and let it cook for maybe about 45 minutes until it's all cooked. You're gonna empty it and shred it like so. You should have, when you shred it, you should have some fat that comes out of it, okay? Don't leave the fat in there. Don't be lazy, just pick it out, okay? If my kid got this piece of fat, I'd be like, oh my God, I got the fat. So don't leave the fat in there. So we're like ready for you guys. Now we're gonna make that filling. Over here. So as you can see, my enchilada sauce is starting to bubble. So I'm gonna lower it a little bit and just kind of let it simmer for the remainder of the time. So we're simmering this now. Okay, we got the pot on. We're gonna put again maybe 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We're gonna let that warm up a little bit. While we do that, I wanted to jump to the tortillas, okay? So you can get your tortillas at any market, Guerrero, La Gloria, wherever you wanna get them, make sure they're corn and make sure you at least have 30 per pack. These are the ones I use. You have to fry them. So I'm gonna fry the 2 that I have, that I needed. I already turned on the oil. This is what you would do at home if you're going to fry at home. Again, you guys, I'm in a commercial kitchen, so I had the benefit of using my big commercial fryer. So I'm just doing this so you can see at home how you would do it there. So the oil is pretty much hot already. While we wait for that to heat up, so we're gonna drop it in there.
So Tirsa, are you just slightly crisping them or they're going to become like tostadas?
No, they're gonna be just like very, maybe no more than a minute, just very lightly. So maybe like, I think this is done. Okay. That one's ready. We're gonna drop the next one. Any questions on this process? I mean,
I got a question. Since we're making like a stackable, like enchilada bake, why is it that we need to fry the tortillas?
It's just for preference. I personally at home now would do just on the comal, heat them up. But traditionally it's just fried because we like that extra yumminess. But because now I'm trying to, like, obviously I'm conscious of what I'm putting in my mouth at home. You can do it as well. Just put them on the comal. No oil needed. Heat them up and set them aside. You can still layer them like that. This is just strictly preference. Okay, so as I told you guys, I use my commercial fryer. So all of my tortillas are already fried, okay? And they're waiting for us to use them. So now we can turn this off. Now our oil should be ready. So we're gonna hit it with the onion. It's gonna go about maybe 4 to 5 minutes. As you can see over here, enchilada sauce is fully boiling. I'm gonna be turning it off soon, but I'm still gonna lower it a little bit more because I want it to simmer fully.
The color's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I know Dodger season's coming up. Are you going to have those special Dodger sopes?
Yes, we are. We already have them going. Go Dodgers, and hopefully they win again. Like the Lakers did that those 3 years, 3 in a row. I remember that. Hopefully the Dodgers pull it off too, you know? So we do have our Dodger sopes coming up, our home run platter, which is essentially the Dodger sopes with some nachos and I think like baseball esquites. So if you're into that, come on, check it out while the Dodgers play. It's available all season long while the Dodgers are in the season. If once they get out and lose, we don't do it anymore. So here's hoping. We're working on an onion. Yes, go ahead.
Don't you also do the Flamin' Hot Cheetos sopes?
We do the Flaming Hot Cheetos. We do the Flaming Hot Esquitos. And then some of our customers even go as far as to ask for Flaming Hot in the burrito. Flaming Hot on top of their asada fries or on top of their nachos. So they're getting pretty wild with it.
Well, you know that movie's coming out soon. The history about the general.
I know. Yes. I was a little disappointed about all the negativity surrounding that because, and I was, I guess, more disappointed, I guess, in our gente actually like paying mind to it. We should have ignored it like if it was nobody's business because we know it's all gibberish, you know? But it happened. We keep pushing forward. I'm very excited to see. I think it's very inspiring, his story. So he never thought how culturally how important the Flaming Hots are. So I had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in high school. I still have it as a midnight snack or lunch snack sometimes. But
yeah, he was at Plaza a million years ago. He came by, introduced himself, and now with the new book and now with the film screening, hopefully, next year, next summer, after it's been out, we can probably I would love to do an outdoor screening. And if you can come back and cater and do your hot flaming Cheetos.
Oh my God, I would have to feed him all things flaming hot. Yes, let's do it. Okay, you guys, so look, the onion is pretty much almost ready. It changed color a little bit. So we're gonna add our pollo. This is shredded. This is our 1.5 pound of pollo. Got that working. Leo, te encargo esto, sorry. So we're gonna work this in there. In the recipe, you don't have to put corn or beans, especially the beans. You don't have to put it. I'm putting it because I'm not going to serve it with beans. I'm going to serve it with a salad. If I were not gonna put the beans in there, then I'd probably like to have some frijoles pinto on the side with some arrocito, but I'm going the a little bit healthier way, which I'm gonna serve it with the salad and the enchilada pie. So that's why I'm putting some beans in there and I'm putting some elote. But you do not have to put this. Again, you can adapt this recipe to however you want. It's your recipe once you make it at home. So we're gonna cook this a little bit.
Folks are asking about the Flamin' Hot Cheetos that we're going to hopefully be doing next summer.
That is so exciting.
Selena Rojas, she's asking, is referring to. It's a movie based with the gentleman, Richard Montañez. He worked at PepsiCo Foundation, and he created the Flaming Hot Chili Cheetos. And so they're going to make a movie out of Eva Longoria is going to be producing the film. And it's, very humble beginnings and how he climbed up the corporate ladder and created the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So it's his backstory. It's an inspirational story of moving up. And again, not forgetting his passions for work and for flavoring. And I was acknowledging that. There's a little controversy. The LA Times did a story on him, kind of questioning his credibility. But PepsiCo, the Pepsi Foundation, backed it up, and he was part of it, and he was the creator of the Flaming Hot Cheetos. So again, hopefully, to riff off of Tirsa's menu, well, hopefully we'll be able to show the film and then have Tirsa cater and do some for Flaming Hot
Woohoo!
Cheeto yummies.
Yes. All right, you guys. So now we're gonna add the corn. Now we're gonna add the beans. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to add the sour cream. This is half a cup of sour cream. And just get your sour cream and mix it with a little bit of milk or even water if you choose. And just to loosen it up a little bit. We're gonna add some sour cream. I do want to mention again, ways to adapt these recipes. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, the sauce, again, you can find a veggie more, or you don't even need it. Just put some salt. The filling can be, if you're a vegan, make some sauteed mushrooms, find some vegan cheese, put it in there. You can adapt it to however you want. Okay, so now we put everything in there. Now we're gonna add our 1 cup of water to kind of get all the yumminess at the bottom. And we're gonna bring this to a boil, kind of. Once it boils, we're gonna let it simmer and just try to let as much of the liquid evaporate. I'm now going to turn off my enchilada sauce. It's ready. So that's ready for us.
So before we start combining, Tirsa, I just want to say there's some folks saying hello. Lydia de los Rios, saludos de Claremont.
Hola!
And then we got Yaya Hidalgo watching from La Placita Olvera, intrigued to see about your pie.
I was wondering who's out there. Holla back, y'all.
And then from Sandy Romero, Mama's Hot Tamale. She's watching all the way from Palm Springs. Good friend, artist, and chef himself, Willie Loya, finally catching up with us. There's one question. Could you use Mexican crema instead of sour cream?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Only that the Mexican crema sometimes has sal. So be careful with that. Maybe if you're gonna use Mexican crema, maybe don't salt the chicken that you're gonna cook. Because I added sal to the pollo when I cook it. And I'm going to, if I'm not mistaken, I think I add some salt right here. So the Mexican crema is salty already. So just keep an eye on that. All right. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to salt this because everything is already salted. I salted the chicken, as I mentioned earlier. The enchilada sauce is salted. The cheese that we're going to put into the casserole is already salted as well. So I did a pretty good job of salting everything for the most part, except this doesn't really need it anymore. So we're letting that boil. So that's gonna come to a boil. Let's see what else we need. Where are we? I gotta refer to my recipes, okay? Again, normally I didn't use the recipes. I was just like, and it was done. But I had to make recipes for you guys, so I gotta follow it. What else? Let's see.
Tirsa, some folk came in a little later. Can you tell us what part of the chicken did you use? Did you use the breast or the thighs?
I used leg meat. But you're welcome to use breast as well. I personally use leg meat. It's just more flavor.
Y otro saludo, Lali Aguilar from Northwest Minnesota.
Hola! My sister-in-law's in Minnesota right now. She lives over there. You guys are probably neighbors. So what else are we doing? I think we're just doing the waiting game. I'm gonna start to clean up a little bit. Leo, te puedo pasar esto? So sorry. Thank you. I want to show you guys where we're at right now. Show them the kitchen, honey. We are at the restaurant right now. Chicos, saluden. Woo! This is el equipazo. We're at the restaurant right now, and these are our teammates. So they're hard at work. I just wanted you to say hi to them. But yeah, this is going. So I did an enchilada sauce earlier because I did not want to be burning myself on camera. So this one I made it earlier, and it's kind of been chilling here waiting for me. So I'm gonna start getting ready to assemble. So this will be mine. We're gonna start with the tortillas over here at the end. Okay. We have the sauce. Oh, I gotta show you the cheese. Let me show you the cheese. I knew I forgot something. Okay, this is boiling a little bit, as you can see over here. A lot of the liquid is going bye-bye, which is what we want. We just want it to like deglaze. As you can see, there's nothing stuck down there anymore. Look at our nice, beautiful whole corn. Nom nom. And right at the end, we're gonna hit it with some fresh cilantro, which is not there yet. So let me just see my cheese. Sorry, excuse me, baby. Let me get that. And here is our cheese. We are using, I personally use mozzarella. This is shredded mozzarella. It's 1 pound, okay? And we're gonna use queso fresco. I'm gonna use one of these right here. So let's get into that. Let me get some gloves. All right. Okay. The recipe calls for 2 10-ounce packs. These are actually 32-ounce each. So I'm gonna maybe, actually, I think I have enough, yeah, with 1 pack.
So what is the servings on this recipe?
This is like, what do you mean? How many people does it feed?
Yes, the recipe that you put out, like how many, for how many folks?
This is for maybe anywhere from 8 to 10. Okay. 8 to 10 people. For 6 people, 6 really heavy, hungry people. Again, my mother had an army to feed with her 3 boys and her 1 precious, angelic, beautiful daughter. So there was a lot of us. So she would always make big quantities, and then whatever was left over, we would take it for lunch. And that was that. So I got the queso fresco. I have mixed it with the mozzarella. Breaking it up, and we're just mixing it. I'm gonna set aside until we're ready to use.
Okay.
I love me some queso fresco, and I love cotija. Even though I'm not gonna use cotija for this recipe because it is a little bit on the salty side. So, okay, so that's ready to go. And again, we're setting up our station. That's good. Now, we're gonna finish the sauce, y'all. I mean, the chicken filling. Okay, 90% of the juice has already evaporated. So we're gonna hit it. I don't need this on anymore. We're gonna put half of our cilantro in there, and the rest will be for garnish, okay? Leo, ¿te puedo pasar esto? Thank you. All right. So this is done. I wish you guys could smell it. Okay. So that is done. Look at how good it looks.
Looks delicious.
Yes, it's ready. So we're gonna move it over here. We're gonna keep on with our assembly line. Let me make some space.
Yeah, because we said we have about 10 more minutes, and I'd like to, besides have show folks how to put it together, just talk a little bit about you and your business, where to find you.
Okay, give me, um, basically we are here and we're open Monday through Friday, and then we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then we're closed on Saturdays, and we're open again on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we serve everything from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We just came out with a expanded breakfast menu, so that should be fun. We're gonna be fully open to serve you guys tomorrow. So we currently have 6 tables in our restaurant, and currently 3 of them are open. So tomorrow, all 6 of them will get to be open, and we're super excited about it. We can't wait. All right. Now we are ready to assemble. All right. I have my tortillas, I have my salsa, I have my mixture, and I have my cheese.
What size is your container? That's important too.
That's a good question. I would have to Google it and let you.
Is that 9 by 13?
It's a 9 by 13. It's a half sheet, as I know it. You guys can pick one of these up at the Dollar Tree, or a lot of you guys might have this size at home already in a casserole size. They're all pretty standard. So that's that. Do we have any other questions? I'm gonna start assembling.
Margarita Nevares says, looks delicious for some tacos.
Yay. That's my mama, by the way.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Mom. She's the biggest Tirsa fan and the biggest Tirsa critic, too. She keeps me on my toes. All right. So everything is ready. I'm glad I don't have to use that hot sauce. So here we go. I just need one more spoon. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna put first a layer of sauce. Okay. Then we're gonna put, we're gonna dip and lay. We're gonna keep doing that. Okay, just layer it. I put 6 on the bottom. Okay. Then I'm gonna put some of the mixture. Okay. Then we're gonna get some of the cheese. And just make sure that whenever you make a layer, you kind of push it down a little bit, because we're trying to get maybe 3 to 4 layers in here. And you just gotta push it down. Once you cook it, it's gonna kind of go down just a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna repeat over here. This layer is gonna have 9 tortillas, because I just don't, I want there to be a good tortilla to filling ratio. So I'm adding an extra layer of tortilla to this middle one, because it's kind of, it's the pillar, it's gonna be holding all that good stuff. So we're adding 1 extra layer.
Is this good to make like the night before, assembled,
Yes.
and then the next day be able to pop it into the oven?
Definitely, definitely. You can make this a night before. The only thing that might vary when you cook it the next day is the cooking temperature, because you're gonna have it refrigerated. So it's gonna be extremely cold. So when you put it in the oven, the only thing is you'll probably have to leave it a little bit longer to make sure that everything from the middle is cooked. As you can see right now, everything is hot. So if I put it in the oven, my cooking time is gonna be less, because everything is already hot. But if you're gonna leave it in the refrigerator, just make sure you go a little bit more extra on your cooking time.
Now, is it safe? Let's say it's in the refrigerator, you want it room to, is it safe just to pull it out of the refrigerator and let it sit on the counter? Or is it just
Sure.
best to take it out of the refrigerator and just directly into the oven?
No, you can leave it out. Just don't leave it out for more than 4 hours. I mean, I would leave it out maybe an hour or something. That should be enough time. It's super cold. But yeah, you can totally do that. Here, because this is the center. This is where I want to make sure I got that even tortilla to filling ratio. But my bottom layer only has 6 tortillas, and my top layer is only going to have 6 tortillas as well. And again, this is on the recipe. If you guys get the recipe, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. You guys can start following me on Instagram now. Hopefully we can get into more recipes down the line. Okay. I'm gonna spread that. Okay. Okay, push it down. And we got the last layer coming up, okay? All right, almost there. And again, you can serve this pretty much with whatever you want. You can twist it to however you want. I will be serving this with a salad. Okay, and our last layer of cheese.
Now, Tirsa, where can we find, we know you did your Instagram, but where exactly on Cesar Chavez are you located?
So we are on Grand and Cesar Chavez. We are right in front of the Burger King, right next to Papa John's. And we have free parking on the corner of Bunker Hill North. So yeah, which is really unheard of here in downtown LA. So we're done. Now you're gonna pop this in, you cover it, because we don't want the top to brown until the end. So we're gonna cover it and pop it in the oven. And then it should come out something like this. It still needs to brown a little bit more. I just took off the top, but this has been cooking for about 30 to 40 minutes. And the last maybe 15 or 20 minutes, you take this off and you leave it in there so that it browns, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So that one needs about maybe 10 more minutes. While we're doing that, I'm going to get my plate so that at the end we can just serve it. You can kind of see it. Any questions so far?
Just a little commentary. They're asking, saying, I love Tirsa. She's a great giving person, and the food at her restaurant is so tasty.
Thank you.
Your mom says, hi, love. And then someone's asking, Tirsa fan club, where are you? I know you do giveaways on Thursdays. Are you still doing that?
We are doing it now once a month. And then we occasionally, once a month, and we occasionally partner up with other small businesses to do giveaways. So I'm currently at 1 giveaway a month. I used to do it on a weekly basis, girl. It was already insane. But we did weekly basis for a whole year. And just recently when we opened that up, because it was like really hard to keep up with it, we moved it to once a month. So they're bigger and better, but then we do it once a month. And if anybody out there, small business, wants to collab, let me know. I would love to do a collab giveaway. We love giving back to our customers. It's our way of saying thank you. It's our like loyalty rewards program. And we love giving stuff away. If I could give all the food away every day, I would. But Steve is like, don't you dare giving no food away.
And what special things do you offer up on Fridays?
On Fridays, we have our Chile Relleno Fridays, and we only do that one day a week. So we used to have chile rellenos like all the time, but they would kind of sit there during the week, and we felt bad because chile rellenos are such a specialty. They're handcrafted. It's a delicacy. It's no easy task. So we still wanted to serve them. People still wanted them, but we made it to 1 day a week so that they're fresh, they're hot, they're ready for you guys, and they're appreciated instead of having it all week and not really appreciating it. Now, those that really love chile rellenos, you can come and get them Friday once with us.
So Tirsa, once if it's almost ready, what we do for En Cocina is for every dish we have the chef or the restaurateur hold their plate up and take a photograph.
Okay.
So that when we do our Instagram, it's just a nice photo to share.
Yeah. Should I get it out now?
Yes, please.
You got it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Juliana, me haces un favor y me pones una garden salad aquí con ranch arriba. Thank you. O no le pongas ranch, yo le pongo el ranch. All right, let me get that out. Oh, mama, Jama.
Hmm.
There we go.
Lourdes
So it's
Segura
not
also, oops, I'm sorry, just real quick also, to besides delicious savory food, you guys also offer, Steve does amazing cookies. I know you do like a marshmallow chocolate chip.
Our current hot seller is the s'more cookie. We started with just chocolate chip, and now we have incorporated like peanut butter, white chocolate macadamia. The most popular to date now is the s'more cookie, and it's delectable. So definitely come try that. So thank you, Lulu. Yes, Steve is on that. Thank you. Okay, so this is not as brown as I would have liked it. It should be a little bit more golden brown, but it still passes the test. So there we go.
That is beautiful. Good photo, Alvarado.
Perfect. Thank you.
Did he get it?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Tirsa, qué gusto verte. So good to see you. I can't wait to have you back on campus. Besides for the salsa catering events that we're going to have in July, August, and September. And then also, once we open La Cocina, I know you'll be teaching some classes for us to share your family traditions with us. But again, muchísimas gracias. Any last words before I pass you to my compañero Averado?
No, if anybody wants to finish seeing the plating of the enchilada pie and how I'm going to eat it, go ahead and take a look at the stories. I will finish there. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I'm very excited for you to try it at home and make it your own. Thank you for having me once again, Jimena.
No, thank you. Ahora se lo paso a Alvarado.
Well, thank you, Tirsa. That does look delicious. We have comments still coming in. Rosibel Anguiano says, yay, Tirsa. And let's see, Cristina Anguiano, Rosibel Guzman, Sylvia Ramirez, delicious. Can't wait to make it. Tirsa, love watching you on IG. And I love watching you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you. We appreciate you so much.
Okay, Margarita Nevares again. And here she is with the details. 701 West Cesar E. Chavez, corner of Grand and Cesar Chavez. Free parking on Bunker Hill, underground parking. So there you go. No excuse.
Thank you, Mom. That's my mama.
That's right. Details are important, and she's taking care of you. Well, thank you, everybody. We have on Facebook, Priscilla joined us with 3 hearts there. Diana Encarnacion, one of our top fans. She just commented on the Richard Montañez story, saying that yeah, it was disappointing with all the negative, but when it comes to something that a Latino does good for him, sometimes we try to take them down, but she can't wait to see the movie, and neither can we.
Me neither.
Right. So if all of you, well, the big question, who's going to enjoy that cheese enchilada, that chicken enchilada today? Is it you?
Everybody.
Anybody? Well, save some for me.
Definitely.
All right. Okay, well, thank you to everybody that joined us today on En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. We, if you just didn't catch the entire cooking demonstration, but want to see it again and or want to see it again, we're going to be posting it on our YouTube page at La Plaza LA. It also lives on our Facebook page at La Plaza LA and also on our website, lapca.org, where you could catch all of our past programs, but also our upcoming sessions starting tomorrow. Tomorrow we have, it's a 4 for this week, where we have 4 En Casa con La Plaza sessions. Tomorrow, Mexican-American History Makers with Edward James Olmos himself. Tuesday, June 15th at 7 p.m. You could register on Zoom, or you could watch it on Facebook Live. You go to our website and get all the details. On Wednesday, a pretty heavy program, Crisis and Hope at the Border with Priscilla Luna, an activist, Sofia Jeanette Gillespie, an immigration attorney, and Casey Mayorga from a group called Every Last One, where they're trying to reconnect every last separated youth minor with their family. So this is going to be an important program to watch and learn from. And then finally on Friday, that's tomorrow, that's Wednesday, June 16th at 7 p.m. on Zoom and Facebook Live. And then Dan Guerrero's Happy Hour this Friday with guest Julio Quintana, an award-winning filmmaker. So let's see, Helena Rojas is asking where we can find the recipe. I posted it on the chat section there on YouTube. You just got to cut and paste, but also go to our Facebook site and you could grab it from there. And we'll also be posting it on the YouTube. So again, thank you, Tirsa. Thank you.
Thank
Jimena.
you.
All right, thanks to all of you who joined us today. Please keep cool. Thanks to our supporters, our sponsors, our La Plaza staff, board of trustees, everybody that makes these programs possible. Please stay safe. Keep up to date with what's going on at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes by checking out our website, lapca.org, and also all of our social media. And also keep up with Tirsa on her IG as well. All right, so everybody have a good afternoon. Nos vemos muy pronto.
Bye, gracias.
All right, bye-bye.